I want to talk today about forgiving my oppressors. This is part of my healing, is to really let go of the resentment that I have. And one of the deepest resentments that I have is culturally. I believe from my second video around just all the intergenerational trauma that my people have really endured. All the Japanese Americans, starting from my great grandparents who emigrated over here. And I was going into ceremony before I started chemo, and my intention was to really learn and wanting to understand about how to forgive my oppressors, because I know that by holding on to that resentment, that is just going to feed feed the cancer. And really learning to, I think, to let go of that, I think, is a big healing. And I get this on like a psychological, a mental level, reading books about, Mandela and Desmond Tutu. Yet I get it intellectually, but I don't really get it on like an experiential felt sense, like a deep, deep knowing. And I think when I go through these ceremonies, like it does hit at that deep cellular experiential level, where it's like, oh, I know. I don't know, but like I know. And so walking into this ceremony with the intention of really wanting to learn how to forgive my oppressors was really interesting. So during the ceremony, my friend Derek came over to me and lied next to where I was lying, and he was just bawling and crying. He was just so sad. And I asked him, like, what's going on? And he said, "Kirk, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry for offending you, for hurting you." And I said, "Derek, you have never, ever, ever, in the time that I've known you, have ever offended me or made me feel bad." And he said, "I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry for Hiroshima and Nagasaki. I'm sorry for that." He took responsibility for people who cannot take responsibility. His grandfather is a Holocaust survivor, yet he felt deep within himself that as a collective, he was going to own and take responsibility for those atrocities. And just at this deep, heartfelt sense, wanted to ask for forgiveness. I just, boom, blew my mind. Here, I'm trying to forgive my oppressors, and here was somebody asking for my forgiveness. And so soon after that, we had a great connection, and I just thanked him so deeply and accepted his apology and forgave him. And there was another woman sitting in our circle who is Chinese American. And I went up to her and I said, "Wendy, I just want to apologize for my people, the Japanese people, for all the atrocities that we have laid upon, your people, the Chinese, throughout the many, many years." And we both just wept. And so the learning for me was about seeing that we're both the oppressed and we're both oppressors, that it's this, relationship. And part of my forgiving is around recognizing about my own lineage and my heritage, and ways that I might oppress, other people, even slightly, and seeing that dualism. And I think that's a huge part of my healing process, is recognizing that. And what came to mind too was this poem by Thich Nhat Hanh, which I think he beautifully illustrates the same point. And this poem is called "Please Call Me by My True Names." Don't say that I will depart tomorrow. Even today, I am still arriving. Look deeply. Every second I'm arriving to be a bud on a spring branch, to be a tiny bird with still fragile wings, learning to sing in my new nest, to be a caterpillar in the heart of a flower, to be a jewel hiding itself in a stone. I still arrive in order to laugh and to cry, to fear and to hope. The rhythm of my heart is birth and death of all that is alive. I am a mayfly metamorphosing on the surface of the river. I am the bird that swoops down to swallow the mayfly. I am a frog swimming happily in the clear water of a pond. And I am the grass snake that silently feeds itself on the frog. I am the child in Uganda, all skin and bones, my legs as thin as bamboo sticks. And I am the arms merchant selling deadly weapons to Uganda. I am the 12-year-old girl, refugee on a small boat, who throws herself into the ocean after being raped by a sea pirate. And I am also the pirate, my heart not yet capable of seeing and loving. I am a member of the Politburo with plenty of power in my hands, and I am the man who has to pay his debt of blood to my people, pleading slowly in a forced labor camp. My joy is like spring, so warm it makes flowers bloom all over the earth. My pain is like a river of tears, so vast it fills the four oceans. Please call me by my true names, so I can hear all my cries and laughter at once, so I can see that my joy and pain are one. Please call me by my true names, so I can wake up and the door of my heart could be left open, the door of compassion.